gonna pick you up immediately. I've had numerous patients say that to me. So we're working to try to get a show back on the air starting in May. But what really hurt me about all this is all the people that I've come to the aid to and tried to help in my lifetime have been quiet as a church mouse. And to me, that hurt me the most because it was just like, man, you know, I've really tried to help people. And anybody who knows a situation like this, look, man, I done lost everything. I lost the radio stuff. My law license is still good, but hell, how can I practice law when I'm fighting this case? All the about going because I'm fighting this case. I mean, so you literally, I mean, it's unbelievable what's happened in a short period of time for something that I didn't do, that I would never have done, and basically I'm being prosecuted because somebody is bearing false witness so that she can stay out of jail as long as possible. And that's the craziest part about this.
Well, you know, look, the federal prosecutors in this area, they amaze me because whenever there's an opportunity to go after a big fish, they do it. And what they do is they hang their hats on going after people that are big names. That is the bottom line. We've seen it with politicians in this area. We've seen it with other people that have a name. And you're the latest victim of this, Warren. There's absolutely no question about it. I agree with you. If you were not a black radio syndicated talk show host that has the power of reaching millions of African Americans that have been victimized through the criminal justice system and other ways that you have helped people on the air, then you would not be a target. You are a dangerous commodity to a lot of people. And so somebody somewhere in that system figured it is a good idea to get this guy off the air because he wreaks a lot of havoc, causes a lot of trouble, and brings a lot of focus to how screwed up this country has been treating African Americans. And so there's no doubt in my mind that the powers that be, and this is one of the reasons why, we need to be more focused on who federal prosecutors are when they get appointed.
Well, Matt, let me tell you, this is the other thing that I tell anybody. My trade as a lawyer is criminal defense. If I had done this, I would have been in the federal prosecutor's office a year ago making sure I got a deal for probation where I wouldn't be looking at no jail time at all. I'd have been doing that before this even went public because I understand the criminal justice system. But to be honest with you, this is almost, it's sad, but it's laughable because literally, I made $300 to $500 of clothes on this. I made no money off of this whatsoever, and I literally was there to make sure that the seller's documents was right, and the buyers, the home buyers themselves, made $3,000 to $5,000 a house according to the evidence that we got. So they walked in the door lying about the mortgages they were getting. They walked in. Wanda Rivera Burton, who was the mastermind over all this stuff, she's making $10,000 a closing off of the documents that I'm looking at as far as evidence. But I'm going to risk everything growing up on the south side of Chicago, coming through Inglewood, dealing with gangs, drugs, everything all my life, to go to school, pay for myself to go to school. I'm going to risk everything that I've done in my lifetime for $300 to $500 a closing.
Warren Ballentine, Warren, we got a quick break. Come right back. Warren Ballentine, I've met a lot of people in radio, and when you meet good people and real brothers, you embrace them and you support them, and that's why Warren's on the show right now. He's a real brother out there, man. I run into Warren at the Democratic Convention. He's not fake. He's not phony. He's real. What you hear on radio is what you get. He truly is interested in helping people, other people. He's not in it for money. He doesn't try to flash money around or act like he's big baller or anything like that. He's a regular brother on the radio station, and it's obvious when you look at these charges and the fact that he did not make money. Another attorney could have figured out a way how to make money on this, and the charges would have been a little different on him. So I think a lot of people see through some of these charges, and I think it's more of a statement of our federal prosecutors, and we need to draw some attention to that. And we're going to celebrate the day you get back on the radio station, brother.
This is my thing about all this, Matt. I know it's people out there who are listening and say, "Oh, he's a lawyer. He should have." I'll say this to everybody. I pray for Wanda Rivera Burton. I pray for all the homeowners who are a part of this and who may have been deceived by her. I pray for everybody out there who don't believe me because, see, I know what the truth is. And the truth of the matter is this. and anybody looking at this, common sense, if you just take the lawyer away and just look at this from a common sense point of view, who's going to sit down and make minimum amount of money when everybody else is making maximum amount of money and you in on it with them? Nobody's going to do that. Nobody's going to do that. So, I mean, for me, this has been very hard because it was hard because, one, I didn't know what these people were making, what they were doing. We didn't know. We didn't find out. Most of the stuff that I'm talking about, I didn't find this out until we got all the evidence from the Department of Justice. I had no idea these homeowners were making money when they were buying the house.
So you just thought these were regular? You thought you were just going to regular closings and you were just...
Dude, I thought these were regular people who were buying houses or buying... And see, another thing that happened in some of these closings is I was told that these were investment homes that they were buying. So I thought everything was on the up and up. And see, like I said, I wasn't a real estate attorney. Real estate was not my practice. So I'm trusting the broker who was Wanda Rivera Burton, that she was doing everything on the legitimate. So when all this stuff, I was like, what? I didn't even have no idea. Had no clue.
In retrospect, Warren, what do you, looking back now, if you were going to criticize, be self-critical, what would you be self-critical about?
I would be critical in this sense. As an attorney, I should not have been doing real estate law when I wasn't a real estate attorney. Now, that's what I would be very critical of, but I will preface that with saying this. When I started doing these closings in December 2004, 2005, I had just went out on my own as a lawyer. I had no secretary. I had nobody. I had just hung my shingle up by myself. So as a brand new attorney, you just try to keep the door open. So you're taking cases as they come in the door. But my specialty before opening up my own shop was criminal defense. Criminal defense, divorce, and child support. I took these real estate closings honestly because my next door neighbor said that, hey, man, can you do some real estate closings for my business? Had no idea that all this other stuff was going on. If I'd have known all this stuff was going on, hell, if the man had not moved next door to me, I never would have been involved in any of this. I'm thinking I'm doing my neighbor a favor. And literally, I'm being pulled into some stuff that literally I ain't benefit off of. I didn't know they were doing. But now my name, I'm a $9 million scheme. Man, please. I wish I didn't even make $20,000 off of this. You talking about $9 million? I didn't even make $15,000 off of this in a 3-year period. It's crazy. It's just absolutely crazy. But God is good, and I tell people this all the time because one thing that I'm learning in this situation, I'm learning who truly were my friends, who truly were my family, who truly believed in me, who really knows me and who don't. Because like I said, man, I've had people who literally, when I was on the air, as long as I could advertise to them, as long as I could do stuff for them, I'm good to go, I'm this, I'm that. Now, I ain't heard, they ain't even called to say, hey, man, are you okay? I'm praying for you. Are you all right? I know, I have people like you and other folks who text me immediately and say, man, look, we know this ain't you. You try to help people. You've always tried to help people. I know you didn't do this. I know you didn't do it without me even saying anything. But I have other people who, they've never contacted me, never said anything. I got other people who, and part of the problem is, I've stayed off of Facebook and Twitter and all that purposely because you got people who go on there who are not from Illinois, who in their state, the lawyers do the paperwork when it comes to a closing. In Illinois, lawyers don't do the paperwork. All we do is come in as the seller's closer and say, is this what you agreed to? And is the seller's document, is the documents from the seller right? That's all we do.
Now, when is this going to come to a head? When are you going to trial? When is all that going to happen?
Well, we got a trial date set for November 4th. I don't know if that's going to actually be the date or not because we got some things that we're looking to file some different motions to try to get it dismissed. Because quite honestly, man, it's a lot. I can't reveal everything that we found out, but it's a whole lot of stuff that the federal government never took the time to look into it. And if they would have taken the time to look into it, they never would have brought the charges. But I will give you one example of what I'm talking about. Because I was a criminal defense attorney and not a real estate attorney, on many of these closings, I was in court that at the time of the closing. So I got there late.
Gotcha.
And when I got there late, they had already done the paperwork.
Gotcha. Warren.
Wanda Rivera Burton would have the people sign the paperwork while I wasn't there.
All right. One of our callers wants to know, is she African American?
No, she's Hispanic. Her husband is African American. I believe he's a Chicago police officer.
All right. Warren, keep us updated, man. Good luck to you, brother.
Hey, Matt, thank you. I appreciate you, brother.
All right, man. We'll talk to you soon. Warren Ballantyne, everybody. 8:30. I'll take some phone calls when we return. Pam's got WVON News.